Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I hope that you are all good. In today's video I'm going to be doing an easy glitter acrylic set of nails, and the reason they are that bit easier is because we're going to be using a pre-mixed glitter acrylic. So I hope you all enjoy watching. As you can see, I'm working on my Glamerliz practice hand and she is all ready to go with tips and a clear base. To begin with, I'm going to be using CJP Peach Sorbet. Now this is a gorgeous peachy nude coloured acrylic, and what I'm going to do is get all of this colour down first of all before coming in with my glitter, and this will just minimise the amount of glitter that I get on top of that nude acrylic. If you're coming backwards and forwards using nude and glitter, you can sometimes find that you end up with flecks of the glitter in your nude, and it can just be a little bit annoying. So this way is a little bit of a time saver, and it works a lot easier this way, I find, if I'm working on myself or if you're doing a full set on a client. It just seems to flow that little bit easier, if that makes sense. So I'm coming in on the pointer finger and I'm doing an extended nail bed. So I place that bead of acrylic down, I'm pointing the finger downwards so that the acrylic flows down the nail, and then I'm just working with it whilst it's polymerizing. So I'm using my brush to create the shape I want for the smile line. So as you can see, I'm just pushing that brush up against the acrylic and just molding it into the shape that I want. I'm not working too hard with my brush. I'm being fairly gentle because it's a bit cooler in my room, so the acrylic is setting up a little bit slower. Then once I'm happy with the rough shape that I've got of the smile line, I'm going to come in with my second bead of acrylic. So I'm placing this down, blending it out slightly, and I'm basically just building up that nail bed area a little more with this one, just to make sure that there's enough height there for the extended nail bed, because I do want to file it and then push my glittered acrylic up against it. I'm trying to keep my side walls as neat as possible and overall keep the application of the acrylic as neat as possible. I just had a little bit of fluff stuck in my acrylic there, so I was just getting that out before it's set. And then I'm going to come in with my cuticle bead. So you will see before I place the cuticle bead down, I've just tilted that finger down a little bit more, and this is to stop the cuticle bead running back and flooding the cuticle area. And then I'm just tapping that bead up into place and feathering it down over the previous bead of acrylic. I'm not pulling all of it down because I do want to leave as much of it there in that back third to help build up our apex. And I will leave this now to set before filing it later on in the video. Moving on to the middle finger. Now this now didn't go to plan, and it was because I picked this bead of acrylic up way too wet, and I should have just got rid of it, but I decided to work with it. So if you are ever in this situation where you pick up a bad bead, whether it be too wet or too dry, it's much easier to just get rid of that bead of acrylic rather than do what I'm doing here and try and work with it. But what I have done is I've placed it down, and on this now we're doing a cutout design. So I want to have the cutout glitter tip, but I need to build up that nude acrylic first of all. But where this was too wet, it just ended up too thin, so I'm basically just mapping out the shape. And then once I'm happy with the rough shape I've got, I've come in with another bead just to build that up a little bit more. So I placed it down over the top of it, and then I'm just patting and pressing this section down the nail. And as you can see, again, like I did on the extended nail bed, I'm just using my brush to create the shape. So as that acrylic is polymerizing, I'm pushing into it to just create a rough shape of what I need. It doesn't need to be perfect because I'm going to come in and file it crisp, but the more neat you can get it, the easier it's going to be because there's going to be less filing to do. So I like to do as much work as I can with my brush. I'm just continuously patting that acrylic out so that it's nice and even, and to avoid it being too lumpy bumpy, because again this is going to minimize the filing that we have to do. Now I did faff around a hell of a lot with this now because of how wrong it went, but I decided I would leave it in and show you guys just because we're all human and we all make these errors. So next up I'm going to come in with a larger bead down at that apex area. So I'm placing it down, patting it out gently just to blend it back into that natural nail bed, and then I'm walking that acrylic down the nail. I'm leaving a fair bit of it in the back third to build up the apex, but because my cutout design was looking a little thin, I have walked some of it down to help build that up as well. I don't need the edge of the cutout design to be too bulky because the nail does taper out from the apex and get slightly thinner as we go down towards that tip area, but I do need there to be enough height there so that I can file against it and then push my glitter up against it. So I do come in with another bead here and I place it right at that edge and I just blend it back just to build it up a little bit more because I wanted to allow myself that bit of filing room. And I'm just blending that in to the previous bead of acrylic, neatening it up all the time with my brush just to get that line as crisp as I can. Once again, when it comes to applying the cuticle bead, I'm pointing that finger downwards before I place down my bead of acrylic, and then I'm tapping it up into the cuticle area. I just find this way it really helps with not getting any on the cuticle or skin. And then I'm just blending that out over the previous bead of acrylic, making sure that there's none on the skin or the side walls, and just really tucking it in around that cuticle area to get as close as possible. It is quite hard to practice things like cuticle application on practice hands, I find. So if you are struggling with your cuticle area, I would really recommend practicing on yourself. Moving on to the little finger. So I'm placing my bead of acrylic down at that cuticle area to begin with because we're going to be doing a glitter fade. And because the glitter fade is coming from the tip down, I need the colour to be most opaque down at the cuticle area. So I placed my bead down at the cuticle area, tapped it into place, and then I've just blended it down towards the free edge. I don't need to worry about there being full coverage at the free edge because the glitter I'm using is quite a full-on mix. So you won't be seeing any of that acrylic underneath it anyway, but I did just come in with another small bead to build up the nail bed area. And then this is all of our core powder applied. So I'm completely finished with my nude. I have allowed it all to set. And I'm just going to come in and file the nails that need filing. So I think I just showed you guys filing the extended nail bed, which is really difficult on my practice hand. But I'm basically pushing my file right up against that acrylic, holding it flat to the acrylic because I don't want to file into it. And I'm just neatening up the shape and making sure it's nice and crisp. I'm not the best at doing smile lines. It's definitely something I want to work more on. And I haven't really done too many because I love how they look, but because I don't do them too well, I kind of avoid doing them. So I need to get out of that habit and practice them a little bit more. But I did just finish off all of the filing off camera to get the colour block now a bit crisper as well. And then I made sure to scrub away all of the dust before we move on to applying the glitter. Now this is the gorgeous glitter mix that I'm going to be using. So as you see, it's called Stalker and it's also from CJP and it's a rose gold hollow mix. It's absolutely stunning. So you don't need to pick this up with any clear acrylic because it's already mixed in. So it's kind of a little bit quicker and a little bit easier, especially if you're a beginner. When I'm using a pre-mixed glitter acrylic, I work pretty similar to when I'm using a raw glitter. I still work slightly wetter and then I'm just using small beads to build up that glitter coverage because I personally find that a little bit easier than coming in with a large bead of glitter and having to maneuver it into place. So here on the smile line, you can see I'm just tapping that down into the wings of that smile line just to make sure it gets right down into the grooves. And then I'm just patting it out from side to side, making sure that all of the glitter pieces are lying nice and flat. And then I'm going to come in with another small bead to work down the other side. Again, using the tip of my brush to really get down those wings. You don't want to get any on the skin, however, and that's also why I find it easier to work in small beads and build up the glitter rather than coming in with one large bead. However, do just whatever works easiest for you. Any areas where I feel like I want a little bit more glitter, again, I'm just coming in with small beads and applying that where necessary. And I will leave this to set because although it's a pre-mixed glitter, it does still need to be encapsulated. So here on the cutout design, I'm applying it exactly the same as the French nail because they are very similar. So I'm working with that small bead of glitter and just taking it down to where I need it and then coming in with another small bead to build up the coverage. And I really felt as though this rose gold glitter worked so beautifully with the peach sorbet. The two colours really complemented each other. Moving on to the ring finger, I'm going to be doing a full glitter nail, but I want it to fade out slightly to a clear tip. So I've come in with a more medium to large bead. I've placed it down at that cuticle area and I'm just tapping it up into place, being really careful to get a nice neat cuticle line. So I'm using the very tip of my brush to do that. And then I'm just pulling the glitter down towards the free edge, but I'm not taking my brush right down to the tip of the nail, just so it can fade out ever so slightly. And then I'm just going to come in with another bead of glitter to build up the coverage a little bit more, just so it's really popping down at the nail bed area. Now, if you are doing this on yourself or a client, do make sure you've got that clear base underneath, just because some of the glitter acrylics won't have as much strength as your core colours or your strength powders. So just make sure you've got that clear base underneath for the best adhesion to the nail plate. And once again, I'm going to leave that glitter to set before encapsulating. So the little finger is super easy. I'm applying my bead of glitter acrylic down at the free edge, right at that tip, and then I'm just nudging it backwards. So I want the full coverage to be at that tip area. So that's where I'm making sure that I apply the bulk of the product. And then I'm just going to come in with another small bead just because I wanted to blend that back a little bit further. So I'm blending it up towards the tip, and then I'm going to flip my brush around and just very gently feather the glitter back, and it creates such an easy glitter fade. Just using my brush to tap over the glitter just to make sure all of those pieces are lying nice and flat before encapsulating. I'm now going to move back to the pointer finger because that glitter acrylic would have now set in place, so I'm ready to come in and encapsulate. So I'm encapsulating with my CJP crystal glass. I've placed that bead of clear down just where the nail bed ends and blended it back slightly. It doesn't matter if our clear goes over the nail bed because we're going to file it to reveal all the smile line and everything anyway. So just like when you're doing a coloured tip, that's how I work when I'm doing my glitter tips or encapsulated tips as well. I just find it a little bit easier to make sure I get enough acrylic where it's needed. So I'm blending that back, and I'm also making sure to take that right down to the wings because otherwise you'll file into your glitter. So you do need to make sure that all of your glitter is fully covered with your clear acrylic. And then I'm just patting that into place, trying to get it as even and as neat as possible. I wanted to be on the safe side and make sure all of my glitter down the wings of the nail was encapsulated. So I did just come in with another small bead of acrylic both sides just to make sure that I'm not going to file into any of that glitter when I'm shaping the nail, because I did want these nails to be a little bit more tapered than what they are here. So I knew that I would need a little bit of room for filing. So that's why I just come in with a little bit extra acrylic there. Now I didn't want to leave in all of the encapsulating, so I decided I would show you guys encapsulating the full glitter now because this one needs to be completely encapsulated. So I'm placing my bead of clear down at the cuticle area, tapping it up into place, and then I'm pulling the top of the bead down, leaving the bulk of that product in the back third to create the apex. Then I'm coming in with my next bead of acrylic, blending it back and then walking that down to the tip of the nail. I did this in 2 beads because it's a slightly longer nail, but most of the time I will work in 2 to 3 beads because I personally haven't perfected the 1 bead method. But I'm just going over that, making sure it's all nice and neat, trying to get the acrylic as smooth and as even as possible. And then it did look a little thin up in the apex area, so I added another bead of acrylic and just blended that down just to make sure that there was enough product there, because I like to still build up my strength and structure even when I'm working on my Glamerliz, just because I find it good practice. Off camera, I then finished off the encapsulating, did all of the filing and buffing, and this is what the nails looked like. So we're ready to jump straight to top coating. Now you will see when I'm top coating over these nails today, I kind of brush over them quite a few times, and this is because I didn't fully get all of the dust off my nail. So when it comes to top coating, I kept finding little specks of dust here and there, and it was really annoying because it ruins that finish. So I would highly recommend really making sure when you're doing acrylic nails or any nails that have filing involved, really make sure to remove all of that dust. I find it a lot easier, especially when I'm doing my own nails, to go and wash my hands once I've finished the filing, because this way I find I just get rid of all of that dust. Where when I'm working on the Glamerliz, a lot of the time I'll just brush over them with a nail brush and then sometimes wipe over them with some alcohol, but I didn't do that in this set today, and that's why I can just keep finding the odd little bit of dust, which really ruined the finished effect. But you learn from your mistakes. I kind of was just enjoying doing this set and not really thinking about all of the steps. But anyway, once I have finished applying my top coat, I'll pop these in my LED lamp to cure for 60 seconds. And that, guys, is the end of the video. As always, I have left you a clip and a picture at the end to check out what the finished result looked like. If you did all enjoy watching the video, please give the video a thumbs up or let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.